Hello guys, so back to our last lesson on knowing your tools. So we will be using all the tools one by one now. So let's start from pick tools. So pick tools is just a tools for you to pick an object, test, drag it from another place to another place. So that is not something serious. So the second one is shape tools. So don't forget, the shape tools has an arrow at the bottom edges, so which we have shape tools, smudge brush, then roughen brush, then free transform tool. So let's know how to use the first one, which is the shape tools. So let me use the shape tools for you guys. So now I draw a box. So you have to curve it before you can use the shape tools, which is this curve to curve, convert to curve. So now let's come to the shape tools. So you can now manipulate the box. So that is the work of shape tools, and you can add a nudge as I had it here and drag it for any shape, and you can still add it here too by just double clicking. So you can drag it here, so just for you to draw any shape you want. So that's the work of the shape tools. So I think we are good on that. So let's move to the smudge brush. So smudge brush, I click on it now, so you can see the work of the smudge brush. So let me zoom it for you guys. It intersects the object I draw. So that is the work of the smudge brush. So let's move on to the roughen edges. So look at it. Let me zoom it for you. You can see what the roughen edges did. So that look like a fork. So you click on it, you see it, you see it. So that is the work of the roughen edges, which you can even make use of this shape tools for everything that is here with a free transform of how you drag your mouse. So all this is not even really needed. So the most important thing is this, which is the shape tools. So that is like that. So I'm deleting the object. So we move to the crop tools. We all know what crop means. So you just to crop an area of something. So that is nothing special. So let's move to the knife tools. Though in Corel 13, that's why you are seeing all is combined like this. If I launch Corel 17, these knife tools, you will not see it under the crop tools. You might see it under another tool, but the icon did not change. The icon still remain. So it's something you can easily know, and there is a name tag on all of them, so that should not be a bother for you. So let's know how to use a crop tools. We've done that. We all know crop tools, so let's ignore that. Let's move to the knife tools. So there's not any object here, so we can't just use it on anything. So let me draw a box or a circle. You can draw anything you like, or let me delete that. Let me draw this. So let's now go to knife tools, and don't forget, before you use some of these things, you have to curve it. So let me go to knife tool. See, knife tools. You see what the knife tools did? So it's just to cut out a part of the object you draw. So let me cut out another part. You see, it's a freehand as well, so you can cut out that place. You can see. So that is the work of the knife tools. So let me undo, so you can be able to see the use of another tools. So eraser tools, we all know what eraser means. So to clean a part from the object, so like this, as you can see. So you can click any part, and you can reduce the size from here by just clicking the bottom of the arrow, maybe to, so you can see the size has reduced. So because you might want to click a small part, so that is the work of the eraser tools. So that is like that. Let me delete this. I think we are done with that. So virtual segment delete, not different from deleting something. There's no difference from the eraser tools and virtual segment delete. So let's move to the next, which is zoom. So I don't think we need to waste time on that. Zoom is just a normal thing. We all know what zoom is. So it's just to zoom something. So I do an object like this, so I want to zoom it clearly. So nothing so special about that. So, and the hand is just to move from a page, so from around the page. So nothing so special about that. So let's move to freehand tools. So the first icon of it is freehand tools, so which if you click on it, it's just for you to draw something. Like I might want to sign, so you might want to draw something. So this is it. So you can color it, change the color. So that is the work of the freehand tools. Let's move to the bezier tools. It's more of the same with the freehand tool, just that this was designed differently from the freehand tools. So you can see it. This you have to be clicking it one by one, as a notch will be creating for heat. So you see, as I'm clicking it, that is the work of the freehand tools. I might design it as I want before I join it together. So that is the work of the freehand tools. And you see all this place that is not smooth, we can make it smooth. So that's a lesson for another time. So let's move to the artistic media. So when I click the artistic media, we have some option here at the upper. You can see preset stroke list, so which you can make use of. You can see different brush of a shape you want. Let me click on this. That if it is this shape I want, you just click it, or you draw it like this. You can see, so you can choose another shape you want there. So there are many more there. So you can see that is the work of that. So let me delete that. So we move to pen tools. So not different from the freehand, just a bit design difference. So if you want to draw something, so that is for that. So yeah, so let's go to the polyline tools. So you can see, so more of like all the same. You just have to know the specific one out of all of them, that you know this design tools is very okay for you, is easy for you to use. Some like to use the freehand tools, that is for the people that really know the accurate of their drawing, like this. So and some like the bezier tools, which is this. So like me, mostly I use this bezier tools and the freehand tools. You see, this rest I don't use them since I've been a graphic artist. So I I nearly use them because I don't see any reason why I'm using them, because what they can do, these two can do it. Even one of these bezier tools can do everything they can do. This freehand can do everything they can do, but the most one I think can do all easily is this bezier tools. So let's not waste time on these tools because they are all different. They are all the same tools, just design how they move differently. So let's go to the smart fit tools. So let me delete this. Let's go to the smart fit tools. How you could make use of this is this has an arrow as well. So we have smart drawing tools and we have smart fit tools. So if I click on it, there's nothing I can smart fill because there's no any object here. So let me draw an object. So let me go back to it. So I can click on it, I apply a color. So I can change the color here. I applied it again. I can change it here. I apply it again. So but instead of going this far, is something you can just draw an object you want and apply your color here, because we have to be reasonable with each other and work smart and make things easy instead of going to smart fill tools and be dragging something to apply a color while you can apply it easily here. So that is more of like a wasting of time to me. So let's delete that. So let's move on to the smart drawing tools. So not different from we using the bezier tools and the freehand tools. So which is for this so let's move from that. Let's not waste much time on that. So let's move to the rectangle. So we all know that you can double click it, it will automatically be the size of the page you created from the beginning. So we all talk about, so it's just a drawing, so you can see it. So let's do this is the rectangle tools. So it has two, so 3-point rectangle, this is it. So it's more of like you this using the same tools, so with a different dimension of the work, how they work. So this is ellipse tools, so it's a circle, so and it has an arrow as well. So this is not different from the rectangle we talk about, so how you can move the drawing. So you can see, so they work the same way. So let's not waste much time on that. So let's move to the polygon tools. So this is it. So that's a polygon shape tools. So it has an arrow as well, and after you draw the polygon tools, you can manipulate the shape as well. Because I want to manipulate the shape, you can see after I drag one out of the notch, it changed to star, as you can see it. And you can increase the arrow of the star, the point of the star. This is it here, number of point of side on polygon. I can decide to increase it to 10, or I can decide to increase it to 25. So looking at it, it doesn't really make any sense, but depending on what you are using it for. So I can drag it back for it to form a good shape. You can see. So if you look at this, mostly they use something like this for a stamp on a letterhead. So you can see. So assume we have a letter now, so you can use this thing as a security or something. You can work something inside it. So that's a lesson for another thing. So we are talking about how to use the tools for now. So let's move on to the next. So we have a star already. There's a star already. There's a star shape tools already. So and we have a complex star shape, which is this. So you can decide to increase the number of points as well here, so you don't need it. So this is a graph paper too, so you can see it. So you can decide to increase it here as well, maybe to 8 by 7. That means you have to draw another one, because you will have do the size before you draw the table. So that is for that. So if you have any complicated thing as I'm doing, so you can leave a comment under the video, so and we'll comment it back on what you talk about. So this is a spiral tools. So as you are seeing the icon, icon is the same way you are drawing. So that is for that. Nothing so special about that. Let's go to the basic shape tools. Yes, now this is basic shapes. So if I click it, you can see what it first draw for me. Why is that? Because if you look up here, there is an arrow which you can change the shape here. There's many shape here. So let me see love shape. I can draw love shape. So that means if you want any shape, you have to, after click on the basic shape, you have to come here to click on the shape you want. You can see this. So you can see many shape. You can see, so this is a cross shape, mostly widely used on hospital or something like that. So there's a lot of shape. So, and instead of using this as well, you can as well draw the shape you want, which we have passed through that. So let me delete all this. So the basic shape has an arrow as well, which we have arrow shape. If you click on the arrow shape, you can see there's a top here that is perfect shape, which if I drew it, it will draw the arrow shape for me. So if you are changing it, you have to come here and look for the icon you want, the arrow you want. So this is the different type of arrow on the system. So if it is the one you want, you draw it like this. So that is for that. So let's move to the next. This is flow chart shape. So same thing with the shape we've been working on. So you can see many shape here too. So these are the shape under the flow chart tools. So let's just draw one of it. So that is for that. So let's go to the banner shape. So you can see the we have 1 2 3 4 5 banner shape here. So these are the banner shape here. So you can decide to make use of this. This is mainly used for a logo, something like that. So that is for that. So let's move to the colored shapes. So these are the 1 2 3 4 5 6 shape under the colored shape. So this is it, like someone having a conversation with each other. Green is having a conversation with let me say blue. So you know, we can mirror it. So this is the mirror. So now we can now type something inside them. Like I type, I am coming to you next week. So let me put it inside this green shape. Let me reduce the font to 10. Coming to you next week. Now come put it white. So I will duplicate. I have had you, young man. So this is what the blue said as a reply to the green. So this is for that. And if you don't like the shape of the colored shape, there is another shape there too, which I think that one is more sweeter than this, which is this. So just a bit different look from the one I drew for. So let's delete that. I think we all understand that. So that is for the colored shapes. So you can make use of any one there. So that is for the colored shape. So let's move on to the next, which is text tools. I don't think we need to talk much about that, which is text tools. If you click on the text tool, that means you want to type something. So that is for that. Delete. So now this is interactive blend tools. So how we make use of these tools is let me make use of it for you. I draw a box like this. I've color it, so, and I want to make use of it now. Since I'm on it now. So as we are talking, the interactive blend tools, how we can make use of it is more of like a mixing color without showing the strong edges of it. Now let me put this on blue, then you have to make it 2. Let me say I make it 2 like this. I put it on green, on red. So depending on how I want to move it down, I can decide to move it here or even like this. So now this is interactive blend tools. So you have to click on the blue and press shift and click on the red as well, or you align the two together like this and click on it. Then if you are dragging from the blue to here, it come the color will be designed from there to the red, or you drag from the red to the blue. So anyone you can drag like this. So that is the work of it. You can see what it actually look like. Or let's do another one. I color it yellow, then I use green, then I click on the 2, I click on the shape, I use from yellow to, you can see it. I can remove the outline so you can see the blending of it. So let's do another one. Let's do, we can use circle to red. Let's use a deep red, and let's use a light red. For, you can see how it look like. So that is the work of interactive blend tools. So if you are not fully understood, please don't be reluctant to drop a comment under this video, as we will take it through and reply you back. So let's move on to the next tools. This is interactive contour tools. So let's draw a box. So, and then we are on the interactive contour tools, which is like this. You can see what it came like. So there's a changes of things. You might want to change it to inside. So let's do another box. So you know, I've clicked this inside. We did the to center before, now it's inside. So let's look at how that one look like. So you can see how that one look like. There's a bit different there. So let's click another one. So I come to it. Let's click on the outside. So let's give this. It's more, you see, this interactive contour tool is like a form of 3D when doing something. Like if you design it to go deeper, like you'll be looking at the object like you are looking inside a hole, or the hole is actually coming out. So that is the difference between all these interactive contour tools. So let's move to the next, which is a interactive distortion tools. So we draw an object, we come here, so you can see how it shape it. So that is for interactive distortion tools, which we can even make use of the freehand tools or the bezier tools to draw to achieve this object. So let's move on to the next, which is interactive drop shadow, which is shadow. So now we have an object like this color, so, and we have an object like this. So, and I want to give this red a shadow, a black shadow. So come here, just come on it, click on it. So you can see it has shadow. Now you can see the shadow, and you can reduce the shadow and you can enlarge it. So if you click on the shadow, you see option drop shadow opacity, then drop shadow fading. So if I use 25, it fade more. If I use this opacity, I can increase it here to be more deeper, or I can reduce it to be more lower. So that is the opacity, and you can as well change the shadow color here. This is the color. You can change it to blue or to orange. Your orange will be lost on the background of yellow or green. So that is for that. That is for the shadow. So let's move to the interactive extrude tools. So how we can make use of that? So let me use a test. I've been using object since. Let me use a test. Let me say big boy. So let me use another font. The font is loading. Yeah, I make use of this font, big boy. Now we want to make use of interactive extrude tools, which is this. So you drag it like this. Now you won't see the beauty of it like this. Are you getting it? So let me change the color. We are changing the color will be all the same. This is a 3D look. So now we come here to the let's come to the color, so we see what we are doing. Let's click on this, use solid color upper while the but the backward change. So if you click on it, so you can change the color here. Let me use the first color for blue, or the back color for blue. Yes, so you can see that there's a difference now. Or you use this, use this red. Yes, then now come to this, use bevel. So that is if you want to show bevel only, so we don't need this. So you can come to the extrude rotation. That means if you want to change the rotation, something like this, which is too much. Yeah, so okay. So you can see this is a 3D look, nothing different about that. That means you have make a 3D object. And you can come to lightning 1. This is lightning 2. This is nonsense. This is lightning 3. Depend on the background you are using. So this is cool. Now you can make use of any color you want. You can reduce it. So see, you can as well later change the upper color here to what you feel like. So that is for the interactive extrude tool. So let's delete that. Now let's come to the interactive transparency tools. So this is for this. Let's draw a circle. Now I color it red. So let's now come to the interactive transparency tools. So if I click on it like this, you can see it fade down. So and I can as well start from the down to the up like this. So and under this transparency tools, we have different options like radial. That means if you want the transparent to be radial, something like this, you can see it. So we can use this thing as well for a background. Let's say I make a blue background. So let's now come to the transparency tools. Then I do it like this. So I make a radial. So you see, this is a background. So I can design on this background. So and you can change it to uniform. You can change it to contour. So this is the contour. You can change the point of angle of the transparency tools. So you can change it to square. You can change it to 2 color pattern, which is this. So under this 2 color pattern, you can change the pattern here to something you think you like. This is a brick pattern. So which you can even increase the starting like this, like this, like this. So instead of stressing ourselves like this, so it's something we can change the color to what we want. So instead of doing all that, so we return it back to. So there's a lot of pattern here, so you can see other, so you can manipulate the pattern if you want something to show on some. So that is for that. So let me delete that. So and we have full color pattern. The one we did recently last, now that is 2 color pattern. Now we have full color pattern. So this is full color pattern. So you can come here, so see this, so add, so see it, you can change it here as well, maybe to cartoon where you are designing exercise book or something. So that is for that. So and we have bitmap pattern. That is if it's bitmap pattern you want, which is it will look like a background, a picture background, in an image background. So you can see it. So you can use the background for the poster or anything you are doing, you are designing. So that is for that. And we have texture background, which is this, more of like the bitmap background. So you can change it, you can redo it, you can, so how you like it. So that is for that. So let's move on to the next tools. So we have eyedropper, which is this, how you can make use of this. Like, okay, this is a blue, this is a white, this is a yellow. Now we want to make use of the eyedropper. This is the eyedropper. It's just you to copy a color from one place to another. If I click on this, okay, I want to copy this yellow color. What happens is that sometimes it might not be a clip art like this, it might be from a picture. Let me import a picture. So we come here, let's say we want to import a picture. Let me import this picture. Now I've imported this picture. Now instead of me struggling myself of going to the color docker and be mixing this brown color, red brick brown color, I can just come here on the eyedropper and click on it and click on the shirt, the jacket the man is wearing. Notice as I click on it, the color appear here. So that means click on it, then I want to use the sample color on the white rectangle I draw. So I click on it, then I'll just come here. Okay, come in. So sorry guys, so I click on it like this, so the color appear as I said. So you just come here, as I said in the first lesson, that this both icon work together. You come here, paint bucket, because the color you click is already saved on the paint bucket. So you come here and click on the paint bucket and then you apply it here, instead of you trying to want to get how the color is mixed, something like that. So, and if it is not the shirt color you want, or is the trouser color you want, you come back here, click on the eyedropper, click on the trouser, then you come here back, click on the paint bucket and apply here. You can apply here too, you can apply here. So that is for the eyedropper and paint bucket. So let's delete that. So I think we have moved on from that. So next is the what is the next? Next is the outline. So outline, this is the outline. So if I click on this 8 point, it increases it. So instead of us going deeper on this, I don't think we really need it. So it's something after you click on something, you draw an object. So you can see this here line, you can increase the outline as you want here. I can use 50. You can see how it look like. I can use 3. So I can use 8. It's just the depth of the outline of the object. So nothing so special about that. So let's move to the let's move to the fill tools. So if I click on the fill tools, we have fill color dialog, so which is the color docker. If I want to change the color of it, so more of like the same color, just that there are some color that is not on the color palette here. So just that you have to go to the color docker and transform it to the color you actually want and mix it to the color you actually want. So that is for the fill color. So, and under it we have done this. Under it we have fountain fill color. Let me click on that. So which is if we are designing something that you want some part to be deeper and some part to be white, or some part to be white, some part to be green, or some part to be blue and some part to be red, that is for the fountain fill color. So you can see it as I apply it. So now if I come on it, fountain fill color, so you can look at here from to. This from is a red color, which is magenta color on the system, so you can change it to red, while this to, which is the white, you can change it to blue. So we achieve this. Let's remove the outline to see the beauty. You can see what we achieved from that. So you can as well make use of that for a background, so which is this fill color, blue and red for a background. So see how beautiful it is. So you know, this start from the right to the left, so you can change it from up to down or from angle to angle, depending on how you want it to graduate the gradient to look like. So that is it. And you can decide to make much of the red, you drag it here. So you drag it here, and instead of going back to the color docker of that, so you can come here, come on the blue, or click on the red, change the red to another color you like, change the blue to another color you like. So that is for that. So it can be used for background and it can be used for anything on your work while doing. So let's move from that. So let's move to the next, which is the pattern fill dialog. So it's more of like all these two bitmap color pattern we've done, so there's nothing different. So it's a repetition. So yeah, that is for that. So that is for all the tools. So now you have get to know all the tools on the CorrlDraw to make use for your design project. So guys, please don't forget to like, comment and share. And if you see that this lesson we've done so far, you see you're having a challenges about it, so don't hesitate to drop a comment under this video, as we will look at it and get back on the comment and work on the part of the comment that you don't understand, and drop a clearly video for you or re-explain to you for your best understanding. So thank you guys, goodbye, and have a lovely day as we wait for the next lesson.